Okay, so the next episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation is called 1100111. I don't know. It's a bunch of ones and zeros. I don't know. Some amount of ones and zeros is the name of the episode, and the Enterprise is goes to a starbase. I think, I don't know. They pick up these two pink people called Binars, and they walk around in pairs. And there's a guy there who's like a Starfleet officer and is like, "These are my friends, the Binars. They're gonna improve your ship." Because it's always a great time when they bring someone on board the ship to improve it. Nothing ever goes wrong. So these two little pink people, they come and they're talking to each other in like computer talk, and like Wesley Crusher's like, "Can I ask you a question about the Binars?" And the guy's like, "Oh, why didn't you just ask them?" And it's like, they kind of look busy, but whatever. And they're like, he kind of asks him how it works, like how they talk. And they talk in like binary code because it's more efficient. And they always go around in pairs, something. So they're doing stuff, and everybody goes on vacation or something and leaves the ship. But Riker is like, "Hey, I want to look at the holodeck," because he just loves that holodeck. They go, the Binars are like, "Hey, we made you an extra special holodeck program," and they go in, and it's like a jazz club, like it's basically like a dive bar with like a pretty lady in it, and she has a red dress, and her name is Minuet, and she's like, "Hey, I'm Minuet," and Riker's like, "Wow, this holodeck program is great. It's got a pretty lady in it," and Picard comes, and and he comes to be the third wheel, and he's like, and Riker's like, "Check out this holodeck program. It's got a pretty lady in it." And the pretty lady, Minuet, starts speaking French to Captain Picard, and Captain Picard's like, "Oh my god, this is the best program ever." It's not like the other program I had like last time I went in the holodeck. This is way better, even though it's clearly like not as good of a program. I don't know. It's just a dive bar with a lady in it. And she's like, hanging out with Riker and Picard, and I don't know, everybody leaves the ship except for Riker and Picard. I think something bad happens. Not sure what it is, but the Binars steal the ship and drive it all the way to their planet. And and then the lady, Minuet, is like, "Hey guys, don't leave the holodeck. Stay here in the holodeck." And they're like, "Why are you trying to make us not leave the holodeck? You're being really weird." So they leave the holodeck, and they see that everybody's gone, and the ship is like on red alert or something. And they're like, "What is happening?" It turns out they were some kind of malfunction happened, and they thought there was gonna be a warp breach, and they evacuated the ship, but it's not real. It didn't really happen. That was just the Binars setting something up. So they go to the bridge, and the Binars are like half asleep, lying on the ground, and they're like, "Hey Binars, why did you steal the ship?" And they're like, "Oh, our star was about to go supernova, and we would like you to let us die, please, and put all of our info into your memory core, because like that is the whole reason why we stole the ship." And they're like, why are you sick now? Why isn't this working? He's like, "You were late." Actually, the Binars don't say this. Minuet says this. Whatever. Oh, right, because they go back and they're like, "Minuet, what's happening?" And she tells them all this. And then they go to the bridge and they're like doing stuff. And at first they can't do it because like Riker is like not doing anything and Picard is, or the other way around or something. Anyway, they have to do it at the same time because the binars always work in pairs. So it's kind of good that Picard tried to be a third wheel on Riker's date because otherwise it would not have worked. And that wasn't part of the binars plan. Anyway, they fix it all up. And they're like, next time, binars, just ask us, okay? We would do you a solid and we would do it for you, okay? So you don't have to steal the ship. But for next time, okay? This time, totally cool. But next time, just ask us. We'll do it. And they're like, yeah, if you had said no, then that would have been really bad. So we couldn't risk you saying no. Anyway, so everything's happy. And Riker's like, I'm going to go see Minuet. And then he goes into the holodeck program. Same holodeck program is there, but there's a different pretty lady. And he's like, I don't like this holodeck program anymore. And he leaves. And that is the end of 101110011111. Bye!